Hey guys, what's up? Shandip Banerjee here. Today I'm going to share you some of the Chrome extensions which you can use with Google Classroom which can help you to enrich your experience. These available extensions will help you to increase your productivity and your students also will like it. So without wasting much time, let's get into the video right now to talk about first extension of this particular video.
Now let me talk about the first Google Chrome extension which you can use with Google Classroom. And that is Screencastify. You can see that it's already installed in my computer and it's visible in my Chrome browser. So now let me show you how you can install it. First of all, you can go to Chrome Extension Web Store and hit enter. And there you will be able to find one link, that is chrome.google.com. If you click there, it will open that Chrome Web Store. There you can type for Screencastify. What it will give you one option, that is this one. You can see I have already installed this particular extension, that is why it's showing as added. Let me click here. Currently I am getting an option to remove from Chrome. You will be getting an option to install it. I would request you to install it, and after installation of that we can come back to the home page and let's see that how we can configure it. So let me go back to the home page now, and if I click on this particular button, it will ask for some of the permissions. First of all, it's asking me to agree on the terms and conditions. Let me click on that and click on next. And then it will ask that who are you? Are you a student or teacher? So let me click on teacher. And then it will ask that which grade you normally teach. So let me select this both one and then click on next. And then it will ask for the age information. So let me click on this one. And then you can see that it's asking for the access to my mic and webcam. So let me click on that. So it will get that access. Let me click on allow. Next thing is it's asking for that to enable annotation or not. So this will be very, very useful. So let me enable that one also. And you can see that now it's asking for the permission. You can check if you wanted to allow or disallow. You can check that what kind of permission it's looking for, and then you can click on allow if you agree. Now let me show you in step by step how you can use it. Now I'm just going back to the home tab. And then if I click in this particular button, you can see a new pop-up will come. First of all, there are a couple of versions available. This one is the free one, which will allow you to record 5 minutes of video. If you wanted to upgrade and go for an unlimited recording, you can go to this web store and check for different details. So now let me talk about that what it can do. It can record any of the browser tab. It can record your desktop, or it can record your webcam also. Now, once you are in browser and desktop, you can enable both microphone and webcam. You can see now currently I am talking and this particular microphone is picking up my voice. So if I click on record, I'll be able to record my current screen. So let me click on that and let's see what happens. Right now you can hear that sound. After 3 seconds, it started the recording. And if I do anything in this particular page, maybe let me type Screencastify again, and it will take me to the same page, and there I'll be able to see. You can see, yeah, this is the one, and this is all being recorded, and after that we'll be able to see that what has been recorded. So you can see now this particular store page came up, and here we are able to see the details of the Screencastify Chrome extension. Now once my recording is completed, I can go back again into this particular icon. You can see currently it's being recorded. If I click here, that prompt will come, and there I'll be able to click on this particular stop button. So let me click on that. Yes, now this video is ready, and it's showing that after recording your video will always open here. So let me click on this skip tour, and if I play from here, it will play automatically. Now you can hear that sound that after 3 seconds it started the record. Yeah, you can hear that. So now it's already done it. Now you can see there are multiple options using which you can share. You can directly publish this particular video to YouTube. You can get an embedded code. And the one we are looking here, that is to share to Classroom. So once you will click on that, it will ask you that in which classroom you wanted to share it. So that will prompt now. You can see it's asking for the which classroom. So if I click on this drop down, I select my class. So it will ask me for the action. So which action I wanted to take. Now let me create one material. Let me click on this particular option and click on go. So what it will do, it will directly open one of the material, and it will add a dummy title which you can change, and it already included that particular video in that material. If you wanted to share a quick video with all of your students, this particular extension can be very, very helpful. You can add required things here. You can change the title. You can add in the description. After that, you can select that which are the students it will go to. All those things Or you can also add a topic, everything, all of the controls you have within your Google Classroom. And after that, you can click on either post or maybe schedule it for later time. So let me click on post so you'll be able to see what happens there. So you can see now it's posting, it's showing that posting. Now this has been posted in your class. So this is the way you can use Screencastify extension to quickly record any of your screen and share with your students using any of the class. So this can be a real help in some of the situations. Hopefully you will be able to use it in your classroom. So now the next extension I wanted to talk about, that is Kami. Kami is another Google Chrome extension which you can use with your Google Classroom for the multiple different reasons. So let me first show you that how you can install Kami. If I go back again to Chrome Web Store and then I type Kami here and hit enter, you'll be able to see the first one. Yes, this is the one, the Kami extension I just talked about. And here you will be able to see that I already added it. So that's why it's showing as added. Let me click on that and you will be able to see other details. You can see this is being used by huge amount of users already, right? So this is something important to know. And if you want more detail on Kami, that how Kami works and what are the other benefits, so there are some very useful videos are already included in this particular website, kamihq.com. You can also go to this another site, that is kamiapp.com, to get more details. You'll be able to see some of the videos there which will help you to understand what Kami does and how it can help you. I'll give you some of the highlights here. However, for more detail, you can check these particular two websites, kamiapp.com and kamihq.com. So now let me again go back to this Chrome Web Store, and here you will be getting an option to install here. For me, it's showing as to remove. So you install it and then we'll be able to see that the next page. Now, let me go back to my class. Here you will be able to see now I have installed Kami. Now, if I go to any of the class and then go to classwork, now, if I click on this particular button, I'll be able to get some of the option. You can see one additional option has been added, that is Kami assignment. So if I click on that, it will take me to a different prompt. Yeah. So this is somehow similar to our assignment prompt. Here you can select your class. So let me select class 9. Then maybe you will be able to see that all of the students or any specific students, let me select all of them because I have only one dummy student added. And then you click on this published or draft. So you will be able to select all these three options. After that, you can name this particular assignment. Let me add maybe for now, test Kami assignment. And then you type some of the instruction, whatever way you wanted to do. You can select the grading here, due date and time and topics also. So let me click on calculus. Now, once all these options have been filled up, you can check this particular button also, that is features restrictions, that what are the features you wanted to enable for your students and what are the one you wanted to disable. All you can choose from here and then you will be able to assign. So let me talk about what are the things it can do. If you go to Kami website and there you will be able to see multiple things are possible. Currently, I'm using a trial version. It's having a full version also with some price. So that you can check as per your requirement. Now, if I go to the next tab, you can see there are certain things this can do. One thing it can do, if you drag and drop few of the PDF and other files, it can make it as a single one. It can merge all those documents and it can give you one single file. That's one option. In opposite way, you can also split a bigger file in multiple different chunks. Maybe for an example, you have some 100-page document which you don't want to share with your students on the first go. And instead of doing that, you wanted to share it in a different days, in maybe 2 pages per day or 5 pages per day. That you can do with Kami. You can add that particular file and you can split it there. So I'm not going in detail of that how you can do that. You can just check out this particular tool and you can understand other options available. If you have a scanned copy of any document and from there you wanted to take out the text, whatever is there, using the OCR, you will be able to do that. And also if you have multiple files where you wanted to add a single header or some watermark to those all documents, you can do it in a single go. You can just drop those files, it will do it for you. Another feature of Kami is it will allow you to annotate within your screen. So that also you can try. So this is all about a very high level of Kami. Once you will visit this particular website, there are different multiple videos are there. You can check those and you will be able to understand more about Kami. So Kami is another Google Chrome extension you can use with your Google Classroom to enrich your experience. Now the third Google Chrome extension I wanted to talk about, which you can use within your Google Classroom, and that is Mote. Now let's see that how it works. So let me again go back to the Chrome Web Store, and there if you just type it Mote and search, it will take me to this particular view. Now you can see here also I have already added it. So you will get required details here. You must be getting install option here. So to follow that and complete that installation. Once this is done, then you will be able to use it. So if I come back to my Google Classroom, and you can see now this Mote icon is already here. And another major thing is that if you follow my mouse at the bottom right corner, you can see one icon got added here. This is one of the dummy assignment where one of the students submitted his assignment. After that, I wrote a good work here. So now another way to do it, using Mote, you can give audio feedback. So this will be very, very useful for the students who are differently abled. It will also be helpful for the students whose first language is not English. So let me show you how you can use it. Once this is installed, you will be able to see this particular button. Once you click on that, it will take you to the sign in page, and this is for the one time. You can click on sign in and it will ask that you are a teacher or a student. So if you are a student, you need to click on students, and I'm clicking on this teacher now. It's asking me to sign in. So let me sign in with Google, and it may prompt you for some of the quick responses also. Let me click on for education, and this is math science, and click on next, and the grade is 6 to 8, 9 to 12, and next. And now what it's showing that if I refresh my classroom browser, I'll be able to use it. So let me do that. Let me go back again to this particular page and refresh it. And now after refresh, this particular page came back. And if I now click on this Mote button, it's showing that this is being recorded. So now once I'm in this particular page, let me click on that and let me record a feedback for my student. Let me click on that. You have done a good job. Please keep it up. So now after that, I can click on done. Now you can see that it's showing me that click to hear my voice note. That is one you can add. And if I click on this edit, you have done a good job. Please keep it up. Right? So this is the voice it recorded. And after that, if I click on this translate, it can translate into other languages also. So in case you are speaking in English and your students understand another language, this particular option can be also very helpful. Now, if I click on exit and then I click on this particular button, it will get saved and it will be communicated to my student. So once they will be able to click on that, they will be able to hear. You have done a good job. Please keep it up. Right? So this is the way you can give voice feedback to your students, and this will be very, very helpful for certain situations. Now, the next extension I wanted to talk about, which can be very, very useful in certain scenarios, that is Insert Learning. Let me show you how you can find it and how you can use this particular extension. So let me type Insert Learning and hit enter. You'll be able to see this first one, Insert Learning, what I've already added. So this is the extension I just wanted to talk about. You can see it's already being used again by huge number of users. So this is another very good tool you can use along with your Google Classroom. Now let me show you how you can use it. I have already installed it, so you know that how to install it, as I talked about in earlier few of the extensions. You can install it in the similar way how I just shown you in other extensions. Now let me switch to another tab where I already kept one particular page opened, and that is from Wikipedia. Now I wanted to share some of the things with my students from this particular website. And now let me see what Insert Learning can help with this particular feature. Let me click on that. If you see that once I clicked on it, it's creating some of the controls here and it's loading. Now it's loaded. Now there are several things here. First one is highlight text. If you click on that and you can highlight any text, it will get highlighted. And you will be able to assign this particular website to your students, and when they will open, they will be able to see all these highlights and annotations. So let me talk about the next one. You can insert a sticky note also, and maybe for a specific location you wanted to point out, that you can do. You can insert a question also. Let me click on that, and if I select any of the paragraph, if I click on that, it will give me a prompt for the question. If I type, what do you think? And if I create that, it will create that question. You can grade that question also. All those options are there. So now let me click on create. It can give you some of the options also, right? So all those pre-populated questions are also there. Maybe if I select this one, summarize the above text, and if I click on create, this question will get created. This is saved now. And similar way, you can insert a discussion, and if you click on this more options, it will give you several different other options also. You can view as a student that how your students will view this particular page. You can share with other teachers. You can directly assign it from here. And all those things are there. You can print the lesson. You can also edit lesson info. Everything you can do. So all these options are there. So in case you wanted to annotate any of the web page and you wanted to share with your students, this is a great tool you can use. So let me do one thing. Let me click on assign to students. So it will come up with a prompt. If I click on this my class, it will ask me to sign up with the ID using which I'm using that Google Classroom. And it's also asking me for the access so that if I click on allow, it will directly pull out those classes from my classroom, and there it will ask me to select. You can see here it came. If I click this class 9, it will ask for some access. It wanted to import the class. If I click on OK and then share to these classes, then it will be assigned. You can see this is showing done. So now if I go back to my class and if I go to the classwork tab and if I refresh, now you can see one assignment got added here, that is Learn Wikipedia. If I click on that, you can see this particular icon came up and this is already assigned. And if I click here, it will open that particular tab, and there you will be able to see all those annotations, whatever we added earlier. It's currently loading. You can see this particular paragraph we selected and here that question was, right? So all those things you will be able to see. So this is another great tool you can use with Google Classroom, which will enrich your experience. Hopefully you will be able to use it in your actual classroom.
Hopefully this video was helpful. If you want me to cover any specific other extension, let me know in the comments tab. Also let me know in case you are using any Google Chrome extension with Google Classroom which is helping you to be more productive. By sharing multiple tips, we will all learn together. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel in case you wanted to watch similar content in future. Thank you for your time. Bye bye for now.